Welcome back to the ABC Murders. Okay, we have come back. Make sure everything's in order here. We have the burnt papers. And Donald Frazier's here, so he wants to see us. Let's not keep the man waiting. There's wine on the table.
This bottle is for our visitors. Personally, I prefer the sherry.
Let's observe Mr. Frazier.
This man is tired. Donald is short of sleep, and it looks as if he didn't even bother to undress before going to bed.
Nice.
Hastings, it would appear that you are getting slightly thin on top.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Mr. Parrow, I don't know why I'm here.
You wanted to talk, and you came to find the only man capable of hearing you.
Mr. Parrow, since Betty's death, I've doubts about myself. I don't know what to do. And I keep having a horrible dream 3 nights in a row.
Have a drink, and tell me about this dream.
It's always the same. I'm on the beach with Betty. I grab her around the throat, and I squeeze, and squeeze until she's dead. Her head falls back, and I see that it's no longer Betty. It's Megan's face.
Have you seen Megan Barnard recently?
Yes, our grief has brought us together. I never really knew her before. She's really quite a remarkable girl. But I would never tell her about my dream.
Why not? Is it her you are attacking in your dream?
No, it's Betty. And once Betty is dead, it's Megan's face that appears in its place.
Very interesting. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
How should Donald's dream be interpreted? So we have to work with. Donald really likes Megan. Donald feels guilty about killing Betty. Donald is tired. Donald does not kill Megan in his dream. Donald was a violent man. Donald was very much in love with Betty. The 2 murders were premeditated and were carried out by the same murderer. Donald is starting to have feelings for Megan, and he feels guilty about abandoning Betty.
Mr. Fraser, I think that the real meaning of this dream is that you are in love with Megan Barnard.
Please go on. Do.
This dream certainly betrays your guilt.
Oh.
But what do you feel guilty about? Having killed your fiancé? Possible. Or forgetting her very quickly for her sister? Certainly. And this forgetting is perceived as a second death.
So you don't really think I was the one who killed Betty?
I do not exclude this theory. I am simply saying that I do not need to know that fact to explain your dream and your guilt.
Thank you for being frank, Mr. Poirot. You've helped me a great deal. I'm going back to Bexhill. I'll not take any more of your time up.
It is late, Mr. Fraser, and you are tired.
I'll sleep on the train. I like trains. It's easy to sleep rocked by the sound of the wheels.
Poor boy, he seems completely lost.
Well, women seem to like him. I think Megan will take care of him. Oh, I remember. Did you order the product I needed?
Yes, we'll be receiving it tomorrow.
Bien, it is late, and I asked Miss Gray to come tomorrow morning. I have a few questions I wish to ask her. Mademoiselle, I asked you here in order to answer a very important question.
I don't get to observe her first? Oh well.
Am I right in thinking you said that you did not speak to anyone on the day Sir Carmichael was murdered?
It's the absolute truth.
Yet, Lady Clark maintained that she saw you talking to a stranger on the front doorstep.
Really? She must have been mistaken. Oh, I remember now. I'd forgotten all about it, but it wasn't important. It was just a salesman. One of those traders who sell stockings from door to door.
Can you describe him to me?
Medium size. Glasses. Dark suit and a felt hat. Not the sort of man you notice. Completely harmless. That's why I forgot all about him.
Nothing else?
He was very hesitant and shy. Usually door-to-door salesmen are very confident. But he wasn't.
You did not leave Churston willingly, I believe.
I don't wish to lie. Lady Clark did not appreciate my presence. And Franklin could not go against the wishes of a sick lady. He is a good man. And he worries a great deal about his sister-in-law.
I noticed that you left some personal belongings behind at Churston. It was too risky for you to keep these objects, am I correct?
Risky? What was the risk?
You know very well what Lady Clark might have said if you had kept these objects.
Indeed. These objects were gifts. But Lady Clark would have been convinced that I'd stolen them. By returning them, I put an end to such evil gossip.
Bien. I must ask you one last question. Please reply frankly with either yes or no. If Lady Clark had died, would you have agreed to marry Sir Carmichael if he'd asked you?
How dare you ask such a question? Sir Carmichael treated me just like his daughter. And all that I ever felt him was affection and gratitude, nothing else.
Thank you, mademoiselle. I will not keep you any longer.
I met Thora Grey on the stairs. Her cheeks were ablaze, and she appeared to be deeply hurt. Poirot, have you offended the poor girl again? Do you have good reasons for accusing her?
I accused her of nothing, Hastings. I simply asked her an important question she did not answer. Let us see if we can answer it for her. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Would Thora have married Sir Carmichael if he had lived? It's probably one of them. She was more smitten with Franklin than with Carmichael. maybe I'm mistaken about that. Let's see. To be honest, this is one question I'm really not that sure about. I haven't figured her out completely yet. Let's start from the beginning. Let's go with the most manipulative one first. Okay. At this point, I'm just guessing. So let's try every combination with that. Because I'm honestly pretty stumped here. We'll just trial and error this bad boy. Yeah, I've done this one yet. Alright, so we try everything with the letter. I've already done that. Huh. think I'm gonna try every single combination other than the correct one before I actually get the correct one. Never been quite so stumped on one as I am on this one. I usually have some idea of what I'm going for in these. I have no clue here. Let's leave this one out. I'm guessing the answer is going to be no, and this is the follow-up question of who does she really like? Thora wanted to be married and certainly would have...
You must know how to read between the lines, Hastings. When Sir Carmichael refers to paternal affection, he's lying to himself. Read this engraving on the brooch. A dark dragon for an angel with glossy hair. These are the words of a lover, not a father. Lady Clark was not wrong.
What if Sir Carmichael had fallen in love with his secretary? That doesn't mean that she forced him to do so.
True, there are extenuating circumstances. She is a penniless orphan. But she's calculating. Just look how she avoided it when asked if she would have married Clark.
I see. You think she seduced Sir Carmichael for her own gain, and that now she is doing the same with his brother. Poirot, your world is a very dark place.
Do not get carried away, mon ami. We have another more important matter to settle.
Really?
Yes, would you believe that Miss Grey taught me something new?
I have to say that...
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
I have to admit that Thora Grey had me stumped. Still has me stumped to something. Oh, I can use this, huh? So another common point between the murders. It's the other point that all these... is the common point that there were people around during all of these murders? No. It's the common point that nothing was stolen? Is the stockings the common thing? Boy, I'm getting bad at these. Before each murder, the victim or someone...
It's perfectly clear, Hastings. Perfectly clear. Indeed, a stocking seller visited Andover, Bexhill, and Churston on the day of each murder. We have our suspect. This should be of interest to Job. Chief Inspector, we are looking for a stocking salesman.
I see you have a suspect.
Yes. Contact all the stocking wholesalers who may employ him.
Your suspect is a salesman?
No, he does not take orders. He sells door to door.
Right. The hunt is on.
Are you leaving, Mr. Cust?
Yes, I'm going to Cheltenham.
You shouldn't travel today. You don't look very well.
I have to. I have engagements. I must respect them.
Can you get the post, Hastings?
And why don't you go and get it yourself?
Oh, snap.
Très bien. What's going on? I've never known Hastings to be so disagreeable.
I look at the newspapers. Anything new? Royal Mathematician and Statistic Society's Bulletin.
Royal Mathematical and Statistical Society's Bulletin, September the 9th, 1935. The Alphabet Murder, a methodical madman. It's highly probable that the alphabet murderer will kill again. Could we possibly estimate the number of victims in his next crime? Yes, and it is easy. As soon as we know the ratio of towns, cities, and villages whose names begin with a D, and the ratio of English people whose names are spelled the same. On the one hand, the ratio of towns, cities, and villages in England with a name starting with D, and on the other hand, the ratio of English people with a name also starting with D. After this initial calculation, it is easy to deduce the likelihood of actually being murdered if you belong to the target population. Go to the last page to find our results and details on the calculations. Daily Blag, August 31, 1935. Moustache at half-mast. Poirot's repeated failure in ABC case. Sometimes small things trouble great men. Hastings, faithful collaborator of the Belgian detective, knows something about it. 3 mornings in a row, he confided to us, the cook broke the egg yolks when preparing Poirot's breakfast. This apparently casual event has greatly disturbed my friend, to the point it breaks his concentration and slows his judgment. I also noticed his mustache, of which he is so proud, being duller than usual.
Poirot, I assure you I haven't said any such thing to the journalists. They twist everything.
How dare you, Hastings? How dare you insult my mustache? That is the worst insult. I will never forgive you.
It is not the right time. Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still. Typery? No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th. So long. ABC. I should compare this letter with the one on my desk which I received earlier to see if it does indeed come from the same person.
Oh, that's today. I can't look at this package.
It is not the right time.
Guess not.
Let us examine this more closely. Certain characters in... Yes, this eye... Right, let us compare. Yes, the eye characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory. Yes, the A... Right, let us compare this. That's right, the A character. I have to find some... the double... Right, let us come... Of course, the double... My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Hastings, he strikes tomorrow. Chief Inspector Japp?
He's on another line. Can I take a message?
Yes, please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule Poirot. Tell him ABC strikes tomorrow in Doncaster. He must call me back.
Very well, sir.
Bien, now I'm going to see what I can find from these burnt documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
I've finished with this subject.
So where do I go and...
Poor Mr. Poirot.
There's probably a table somewhere I'm going to use. Do I use this table? Obviously it's not this one since it wouldn't let me. Or no, I gotta probably get that package. That's what that was. Now I can pick it up.
Now, down to work. All of this needs putting in order a little.
Okay, so corner pieces first. Oh, that one just stays there. Okay. Let's see.
This page is child's play. This page is finished. That's done. 3 more to go.
Alright, that was easy enough. This would be a lot harder if the pages weren't separated for me. Okay, so they always start me with one up top that doesn't move. It's like a starting point.
This piece should be placed here. This page is finished. And that's 2 done. It's easier than I thought. This piece should be placed here.
Doesn't go there. I guess not.
It's so simple.
That does go there.
This page
I
is
just need
finished.
to have the other ones in place, I guess.
Only one more. Keep going. It's so simple.
It actually is.
This page is finished. All the pages are reconstructed. The cloth is now soaked with solvent. Got it! Make a note, Hastings, make a note. Mrs. Alice Asher, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
I got it. Look. Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at campsite.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
Then they came from the files of Sir Carmichael.
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with lots of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine. Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alexander Bonaparte Cust. War wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis. Coughing fits with blood. Suffers from absences and amnesia. Dick Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Where did they come from? They come from Sir Carmichael's medical files.
The burned documents are medical records, and without a doubt they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C, or D, and it is precisely the files that match these letters that have been tampered with.
But why burn these files? How come the names of the 2 victims appear on them? And who are the 2 other patients?
These are very good questions.
The persons whose name starts with D is the next victim. and the ABC person.
I've finished with this subject.
You can't pick up the phone? There we go.
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady, who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust? How did you guess? Poirot, you have magical powers. It's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Look for him at the Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
You appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
Chief Inspector, I would rather call myself.
As you wish. Please go ahead.
Hello, the Black Swan. Hercule Poirot here. May I speak to the owner?
Speaking. Dick Dudley Dunbar. How can I help
Oh,
you?
he's the next victim.
Is there Mr. Cust among your guests?
He arrived today. Shall I call him for you?
No, I need to warn this man.
No, it is you I wish to speak with.
But who is this Cust?
Have you heard about the ABC case?
Oh, yes. I must say I'm not all that reassured. What with my name starting with D and all that.
You're in danger. Beware of your guest.
Do you think that Cust might be dangerous? Oh, I do hope you're wrong. He seems so harmless, you know. Oh, yes, completely harmless.
Yeah, I don't want... Let's put it into perspective. Oh, but then he's probably gonna get murdered. But what if this guy winds up killing us? Yeah.
Do not be fooled. He has already killed 3 people and you are next.
A murderer? Under my roof? Good God!
I should have probably gone
Dunbar,
with
can you
the
hear
other
me?
one.
Dunbar! Hello? Dunbar has had malaise. That's all we needed. I'm calling the Doncaster police. I hope they get there quickly.
I should have gone the other way.
Hello, Poirot. We have some good news. The police in Doncaster have caught our man at the Black Swan Hotel. They're sending him here by train.
How is the hotel owner?
He had a heart attack. He was taken to the hospital.
Oh no. It is my fault. When I told him the killer was at his hotel, I should have been more considerate.
Yeah.
Come on, Poirot. You weren't to know he had a weak heart.
Actually, yes, I would have because I saw his medical.
But I should have known. I saw his medical records.
Do
That's on
not
me.
torture yourself, Poirot. His attack was not fatal thanks to the quick intervention of the ambulance team.
Please keep me informed on his progress.
You can count on me. I'll do what's needed.
I will visit him at his bedside when the murderer is caught.
That's typical of you, Poirot. We should focus on the next part of the investigation in order to avoid other incidents.
No, of course.
While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt. Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our number 1 suspect.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist. So that is why you are so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own. To Marbury Guest House, please.
Okay, we'll leave off here and we'll pick up the investigation of the suspected killer's apartment next time.